You know, I tried to get Titan in the video here, but I picked him up from the food bowl, and like father, like son, this guy just loves to freaking eat. And he got a little annoyed that I picked him up and took him away from his grub. So I'm gonna let him eat. Maybe he'll walk over here in the middle of the video. You guys can say hi to freaking Titan Chan. But nonetheless, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Trey's. We freaking talk fast and don't skip class. Like to preface by saying that I'm not a financial advisor or expert. So take what I say with a grain of salt. Didn't choke on my spit. Didn't hesitate. Didn't mess it up. Oh, light taps all day. Let's get into the video, guys. Oh, decent. We're having some really nice string of momentum come together at AMC, and oh, it is so stupidly dangerously close to breaking out of that zone that I mentioned in this morning's video. You can see here that it tested it and it rejected it. It came back up. You got a couple of touch points up here at that $52.50 level, and it got a false breakout above that level. A little bit of a bull trap, right? So what I'll talk a little more about this as I get into the technical analysis, but this I'm expecting this to get a break over that 52.50 level because you've got a lot of different confirmations of this going in the right direction towards that move. So we're going to go over the Ortex data, give you an idea of what the short interest is looking like right now. Go over the options flow using unusual whales. This is a tool that I personally utilize to watch calls versus puts that are coming into any given security. AMC specifically, it is nice to see the long calls, long puts, meaning buy to open, sell to close, hitting the ask side instead of the bid. It is good to watch that because you can have an idea of future price action. And the price action I'm expecting is decent. It ain't looking bad. Man, I've got my freaking headphones charging. I'm going to pull out this cord. It's annoying me. There we go. But anyways, then we're going to finish off with the technical analysis and get you on your way with the rest of the video. And as per usual, give you some sort of parting words and a message as, something to set you on your way. So without further ado, let's do this thing. Stupid. We're gonna start off here with the Ortex data. 19.95% is the current short interest of free float. It is down just a little bit today, about 2.24%. Now, this is a T2 settlement system, meaning that any sort of return shares do derive from 2 days ago, meaning that 2.57 million total shares were returned 2 days ago. Now, if you're looking at the overall price action, you saw an uptick in price by about 2.36%. So that shows you, to some extent, that not a whole lot happened, right? 2.57 million shares, 2.24% is really not a significant number in the grand scheme of what's actually rocking here with AMC stock. 114 million total shares on loan. And just keep in mind as well, this is based off of 85% of the exchange reported data. So this is a nice generalized trend. And I saw a couple people talking about the estimated short interest of free float and whether or not this was actually significant, how high the short interest was. Guys, I'm going to show you this right now, right? As far back as Ortex goes, at least on this chart, is October 5th of 2020. I can actually span this out some more, and I can show you more short interest, right? But what you're going to see here is that this is the highest the short interest, at least according to Ortex, the 85% of the exchange reported FINRA data has ever been, right? It just shows you that 19.2% is where the short interest is, and it was at 20% intraday today. This is monstrous, and this is very, very similar to what you saw happen right before that major run-up in June. Very similar to the price actions you saw right before that major run-up in June. Guys, this is repeating history all over again, and I think the move is going to be more explosive than the last one. Things are looking pretty freaking decent. The Ortex data is looking decent. The shorts have not covered their positions. The lemon pepper tendies are about to come raining from the sky, straight out of the hands of the man and the Lord himself, or the woman. We don't know. It could be either. But nonetheless, it just looks good, right? There's no other way to put it. The shorts haven't covered their positions. The things are heading in the right direction. Next, I want to go over the flow of AMC, right? Now, why is this important? What I've got here as a filter is $50,000 premium range, meaning I want to see big buyers either slapping the put side or slapping the call side on the ask side of the derivatives market. And what do you see here, guys? I mean, come on. These are the last couple hours of trading for AMC, and you can see the actual underlying stock price when they got these filled. A lot of bullish orders coming into this. Look at this. A $100 call worth $66,000 and $71,000 at $51.64 at $51.87. A $100 call, $100. There's somebody out there betting $50,000 or more that this thing's going to be above $100. But that just, come on. There's a lot of great flow coming into this. You can see the charts, how it shows it. The premium calls versus puts, overwhelmingly bullish, almost 75%. The volume, overwhelmingly bullish, 74%, right? And you can see where they're targeting as well. September 17th, a trend that I've noticed, so this is where I'm going to nitpick a little bit with AMC and GameStop, is the most activity you typically see is the upcoming week, because people do like to play weekly calls for whatever reason. It's up to you ultimately what you want to do. But that is something to pay attention to. Breakdown by strike. Most activity is on that $47 strike, which is now in the money. Then you got $50 and $60. Now, why is that important? Because if you look at the overall price action, this could be an idea of where you can expect big moves to the upside because of hedging and unhedging of positions. Now, when a call runs in the money and it was previously out the money, the market makers that wrote up that options contract have to buy the underlying stock with the intent of those buyers of the contracts, potentially executing and exercising those contracts. And they have to buy the underlying stock for that, which is called hedging. That causes a gamma squeeze. So you can see a gamma squeeze really start to pick up in this $50 range when those start running deeper in the money, the $60 range and the $100 range. There's a lot of activity in those levels. So I would say once you get that $52.5, $53, $54 level and those start running in the money and the market makers have to worry about coming out net negative on those trades, it's going to start getting pretty crazy. And that runs it up to $60, and that runs it up to $70. That runs you up to all-time highs. I mean, we're getting really dangerously close to some significant price action. Now, I can't show you this in any other way than look at the bowl, right? I want to show you the daily candles. There's a couple things that I think are worth pointing out. What is this candle that we saw here today? This sort of doji candle, especially after a nice run like we saw right here. What I would call this is a rest candle. Now, what does that even mean, right? It means that after a long string of price action and you're near some sort of critical breakout point, you get a rest day. And what that does is, especially with a doji candle in a situation where you've got this long string of green candles like this, it essentially is just saying, look, the market's taking a day to speculate a little bit to see, hey, is there strength here? Is this going to hang at that level? Is it worth us, the big buyers, the big retail buyers, the big institutional buyers to step in and try to push this price over that technical level to get it to those next levels, right? Is there going to be the FOMO? Is there going to be the volume to follow through? The yada, yada, yada. A rest day candle in this situation is a good thing. And I want to show you an example of what this actually looks like, because it could really bring some nice price action. UPST. Now, this is obviously, we don't live in a vacuum, but this is an example. Long string of great price action, rest day candle right here, right? And then it ran for another 5 freaking days. Rest day candle, huge run. That's the exact same thing that you're seeing set up with AMC. That rest day candle is a bullish sign of future price action to come. And beyond that, the volume staying consistently in that 100 million or just shy range is very solid. The fact that we were just barely green today, up 3%, and we have the volume down just a hair, I don't mind that at all, because the generalized trend, as you can see, guys, is this bowl out, right? Huge uptick in volume, bowled out, starting to bowl back up. And that is going to perfectly reflect, in my opinion, what you saw happen back here from this move at $25 down to $5 up to $72, not including the pre-market or the after hours, right? Now, this is looking, I can't put it any other way. I can talk forever and ever and ever about technical analysis, but at some point, it's you guys already get the picture, right? I can show you a million reasons why the stock looks great. The sentiment is awesome. The short interest is literally as good as you could almost have it based on what we have available to us. But I want to talk about one thing, and that's FOMO, fear of missing out, because that's a term that I see thrown around a lot. And it's very sparing that I talk about FOMO on my channel, because I don't think it exists for very long periods of time, and I don't think it happens in very many stocks. I've seen it in AMC probably 2 or 3 times, periods of FOMO, fear of missing out. Think about it like this, right? FOMO means there's no other stock, no other investment in that given moment in time that you would rather buy. You are so scared of missing out on an opportunity that you are overlooking every other stock in the market because of what that stock is doing on that given day. Is AMC there right now? No, I wouldn't say it's there right now, because we know human emotion, we know human psychology. You can just look at the numbers and the analytics behind any AMC YouTube channel or the volume behind AMC. People pile into this thing when it starts building momentum. That is FOMO, right? You want to see FOMO? It's the move to $72. This day you had heavy FOMO. That is a day of freaking FOMO. Now, why am I bringing this up, right? Because I think you're about to witness that come soon. Now, I can't tell you a day, right? I'm not here to do that. I don't have a crystal ball. I do have this, this magic 8 ball. Oh, magic 8 ball, will we see FOMO? It is decidedly so. You can't make this shit up. It is decidedly so. You can't see it, but it says it, I promise. But I'm telling you, I do think that time is coming soon. maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, but I've been in the game for a minute, man. I've watched this stock trade. I've watched the price action. I've seen what this thing does on a day-to-day basis, and this feels good. It looks good. The apes are freaking rocking. You guys can see it. You guys can feel it. The energy is there. And ultimately, what does the stock trade on, right? Where does the stock go up and go down on? Well, we know it goes down because of those stupid hedge fucks, but outside of that, what drives it up, right? What drives the stock price up? It's sentiment. It's what you guys feel. It's what you guys think about the stock. It's whether or not you like the stock. Do you like the stock, right? It looks like people like the stock. I'll tell you that right now. You can see it. You can see the story of this thing playing out in front of your very eyes. It's a freaking fun story to watch and a fun story to read. And that's what I've got for this video. So blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say it slow. Like the video. Subscribe if you want. Don't if you don't want. I don't really care. Do your thing. Catch you on the next one. Much love, like taps, and peace.